How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a long week. We've had time to digest the most recent Pokemon Presents. A lot of new information. Here are my thoughts. So right off the bat, the open world concept, I absolutely love that. That is such a cool thing. We've been wanting this as Pokemon fans for such a long time. The new Wooper, new regions, I love this. I can't wait to see what the wild Pokemon interactions are together. That's just gonna be something that's really cool. I love what they're showing here with the Pokemon in the wild. I hope they incorporate this and it's not just, Pokemon just walking here and there. I hope like they're in trees. I hope they're flying around more so than they were in Sword and Shield. So that would be really cool. I really want to see how they do here. Can't wait to see what other Paldean forms they have here. This Wooper is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I wonder what the Quagsire is going to be like. Fido is absolutely delicious. And Titan is so cool. I don't know if he's going to evolve, but if he is, I hope it's something really cool. Even just as is, I love the way Titan looks. He is so cool. And of course, the fan favorite Lechonk. Playing with friends. This is a feature that is so cool. I love that Sword and Shield brought this in. I'm really intrigued to see what they'll add in on this. If, for instance, you can play everywhere with your friends. That would be so cool. Like go in the cities, go to the Pokemon centers, go get some clothing together. That would be really cool. If there's like a battle area in this too, that would be really awesome. But I would like to see more areas so you can do things multiplayer. That would be so cool. So I love the fact that they added this in here. I love that you can, ride your legendaries, Miraidon and Koraidon. You can ride around with your friends here. So I really want to see how they expand this multiplayer section. And here's where it starts to get a little rocky. When Pokemon released their first games, Red, Green, and then in the States, blue and red, and then eventually yellow. The box art Pokemon was your starter. The iconic starters, Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, and then Pikachu. So those are your partners for the game. And I think most of us chose those or kept those throughout the, our entirety of the gameplay. So from that point of view, I kind of understand this because after the first generation of Pokemon, starting with Gold and Silver, the box art Pokemon has always been the legendaries. And it's something I'd never really thought of, which is kind of interesting because then from that point on, from second gen on, those box art Pokemon were like the pinnacle of the game. We have to get these Pokemon. The encounter is going to be really cool. It's going to be epic. It's going to be hard to get there. And so when you get the Pokemon, you are just really excited. So this kind of takes away from that a little bit. But what I was saying back to the first gen, I guess it kind of honors that where you have, the box art Pokemon are your companions from the beginning. So looking at it objectively, I kind of get it from that point of view. I get it from that point of view. But is that the new trajectory that we're going to be going in for all the Pokemon games? Because from the box art, from the first images that we've seen, the first videos that showcased and teased the legendaries, they were really cool. And I love the legendaries. Don't get me wrong. They are super cool. But I did not expect this at all. So my final thoughts on it, I can live with it. Would I have liked to see them maybe be a little more epic? Like an epic encounter, harder to get? Yes, I would have loved to see that. So yes, I guess I would have liked to see that. However, just dawned on me, I wonder if that's going to make the other legendaries or the pseudo legendaries or whatnot, or the other ones, how there's always like the other ones in the games. In Gen 5, we have Swords of Justice and then we have Kyurem. That's super cool. So I wonder if the legendaries in this game are going to be even that much more epic because your companions from the beginning are that much more epic. So a lot of potential here. I wonder if the reasoning behind putting these legendaries in the beginning of the game and making them more accessible are for an easier entry for those new gamers, people that want to try Pokemon but they aren't sure about it. They get this really cool Pokemon just right off the bat. I think that's actually a really cool thing. But personally, coming from, played Yellow version as my first game, and then loving the jump into Gen 2. I feel like they haven't done just anything to that magnitude of that jump, similar to the jump from Gen 1 to Gen 2. And just it being really like difficult to catch the legendaries and just so much satisfaction after catching them. So I'm kind of stuck in that, but I do kind of see where they're coming from here. Moving on. I don't know what Game Freak and the Pokemon Company are doing here. So I'll start off easy. I do love the crystallization effect of the Pokemon here. I love the way the terrestrial phenomenon looks. It looks great. The one thing though, and I think that a lot of people have criticism on, are the hats. Why did you have to bring in the hats? Everything about this is amazing. I think the one thing they could have done to make the hats better is to make them unique to every single Pokemon. For instance, for every fire type, they have the same hat here, like the same crown. If they, would have made maybe this sort of crown for Litwick and Chandelure, that would have been really cool. But I would have liked to see, for, let's say for Cyndaquil, like a massive like fire around him. Like even for Charizard, maybe like fire wings or something. Maybe make it tailored to what the Pokemon looks like. Like for Dragonite, he would have looked really, really cool. Let's say they had a wing type for every Pokemon that has wings, but if they're dragon types, they have this like really cool, wing thing. And for fire types, if they have wings, they have this really cool, like, crystal fire wings or something. That would have been really, really cool. But if I was making this game and I saw this scene here, let's say I had the idea, yeah, we're gonna put these crowns on them and it's gonna look great. And then I saw this all together, I would probably second guess myself here and maybe want to go in a different direction. The terrestrial phenomenon in itself, I think is a really cool idea. The hats, I'm just really not a big fan of. There's one exception though. And that one exception is your boy, Flying Pikachu. This thing is so freaking cool. I love that they did this with the terrestrial phenomenon. I just wish they would have done this for more Pokemon. If we can change it later on in the game, that would absolutely blow all expectations out of the water. That would be so, so cool. Game Freak, Pokemon, if you're listening, please do that. Please make it so you can change it later on. It's not too late to change that. And then returning, we have the raid battles, just like in Sword and Shield. I really like the raid battles. I liked the challenge of it. It was pretty cool. I found that actually doing the raid battles was a little counterintuitive, where you couldn't all go to the same spot. You had to go to, like the online menu and then select that raid, and someone would have to do it, like, put it on there and you would have to select it. You couldn't all just go to one. So hopefully they change that within here. That would be really, really cool. It's an improvement that I would like to see. So that wraps it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the ride. So many new things coming from Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. Sound off in the comments and let me know what you guys think of the new features that are coming to the game, and I'll see you all in the next one.